What's up, YouTube? Got a life update for you guys. I'd say it's mostly good news. But I just wanted to talk about like what has been on my mind recently. And basically just where my head's been at the past like week or so. I think the last video I made was, I don't know, like a week and a half ago, so. I wanted to talk about why I'm even doing this too, but I'll start with like, I guess death as a topic, because that has been on my mind a lot. Just the fact that like today is the youngest everybody will ever be, and that death literally does not have like a preference for anybody. It can be anybody at any time. Like, I know this week Oliver Tree died, and then I think her name was like Dr. Stephanie something, but it was Jeff Nippard's wife, and she suddenly died. And it was, I don't know, this week I've just been thinking about life itself and how much of a gift it is. And the fact that like, I'm super blessed to be like 19 years old and still have, I mean, what I would assume is a decent amount of time left. But again, like you never know like what the hell is gonna happen to you. Like you could get a disease, you could die in a plane crash, you could die in a car crash, you could die in some freak incident, you could die in your sleep. Like you just like never know, you know? And I think that's what gives me a lot of stress, but it also gives life that intensity. So I guess those kind of equal out. And that's kind of why I even am doing this in the first place, is because I know that I'm gonna die one day, whether it be in the next week, in the next year, in the next decade, or 80 years from now. Like, I don't know, but I want something of me out there, right? Like I want to have others be able to like come and hear me speak about stuff, you know, even after I'm gone. Like it's just, I don't know, it's comforting to have the thought that like an artifact of me is out there somewhere that people can see. Anyway, but yeah, so life update, I actually have a job. I can't believe I'm saying that. I did find a job. It's at Walmart. It's the OPD, online postal or online delivery, like grocery delivery. I forgot what OPD stands for, but that's just what the department is called. But basically I just make sure that the online orders get fulfilled and that they get to the driver in time and correctly. So I'm excited for that. My interview for it is tomorrow, but sorry, I got interrupted. I got cut off. Anyway, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, so my interview's tomorrow. I went like 6 months there about being unemployed, bro. If any of you out there watching this are freaking unemployed, bro, I get it. This shit is rough. The fucking tryouts, the 2-hour fucking tryouts where they question you and they basically just score you with AI is just nuts to me. And then like, I don't know, it feels like, dude, it feels like you're trying to get some kind of a fucking 6-figure job just to get a minimum wage job now, bro. Like, they dead ass be qualifying me now for like the most basic shit. It's kind of ridiculous how long this took me. And the only reason I got it was because I used to work there. And I just was persistent, right? I think a lot of getting a job nowadays is persistence and showing up in person. So like what I did was I would call them every single day. And that happened for like 2 weeks. Like nothing happened. I had applied online, did everything I needed to do, and then I think, yeah, like last Monday I went in there at like 9 a.m. on Monday, and then walked in there, and I just literally walked right into like their meeting room, and I sat down in the corner, and then I waited for them to like finish their meeting, and then they looked over at me, and then I was like, hey, so I guess a little context, like the Friday before that, I called them and they said, hey, just come in at like 9 a.m. on Monday and talk to Sean, because you need to talk to Sean to be able to get rehired. So anyway, I told them, yo, like the store operator said that I'm supposed to be here right now. And they were like, oh, like we didn't know that. Like who did you work for? And I was like, Melissa, OPD. And then they were like, okay, we'll get Melissa down here. And then Melissa came down, and Melissa likes me. Like she was down to hire me. So we worked out the times and schedules and stuff. But anyway, yeah, they sent me home. Like, and I thought they told me they were going to send me like a job offer over the email, and they never did. So what I had to do was leave this long sticky note basically saying like, yo, I'm still interested in that position. Like, is there anything else that you guys need from me? And like, what can I do to like get the position? And I like had an employee walk back to the back room and like slam it on his like desk. And you know, a few days later, I get a call and he's like, yo, you gotta like renew your application because it's been too long. And so I did, and then another day goes by, and then I get the freaking email. So let's go. And your boy's officially employed. So, okay, another thing that happened. So in my last video, I was saying that I am broke, lonely, and I don't know what to do. And that was true. Still, I think it still is, but some good things have happened, right? So one of my neighbor, my best friend from high school, his dad's sister, I guess has a lot of money, and so she wanted to go on a trip with them, and his little sister couldn't go, so, and I'm not sure why, but they basically filled me in for her, and I got to go to Zion and hike the Zion Canyon. It was pretty sick, dude. Like, did some road trip down there. We had the joints, bro. We smoked, yeah, we were smoking joints, and we had this like cabin. It's just crazy. Like the Zion is like literally the Wild West, bro. And then that was like this past weekend. It was like a 2-3 day trip, 2.5. So that was like really fun. And thank you, Tia. If somehow you're watching this, that was a blast. So like, what have I been up to the most though? Definitely has to be school, bro. School has been, I wouldn't say like it's been brutal, just because brutal is a strong word, but it's definitely been the hardest school I've ever done. So I'm in CS 1410. It's Java Object Oriented Programming. So I'm learning about inheritance, polymorphism, associations, dependencies, interfaces, abstract methods, static methods, private, public, that bullshit. So like, it's cool though. Like, I think it's fascinating how you can model like relationships. Like basically that's what we're doing. So like we're modeling relationships of like real world things based on like UML diagrams, and then writing out the code for that and having it behave correctly. I think it's kind of cool. Like an is-a relationship, so like a human is an animal, that's inheritance. A human has a brain, that's composition, right? And then aggregation is like composition, but it doesn't depend on the object before it to exist. So like for a brain, composition would be, I mean, like you need a body to have a brain. So that's why a brain is composed from a human body. But like, let's say I have a pencil. Like, yes, that's an aggregation, right? Like the pencil would still exist even if I didn't have it anymore. Anyway, so that's just kind of like what I've been learning as far as the computer stuff. And then another thing is math 1050, so it's college algebra. And I had my exam last night, and yeah, I went out there and I took it, and I got 91, so that's pretty good. I'm glad, I'm satisfied with that score. I was worried I would get like 60 or 70, but again, bro, I've been studying like mad crazy lately. It takes about like 70% of my like time. And then also just like the mental energy of like grinding every day. It's definitely hard. It's definitely hard, but like I can see how over time, I mean, you get to the point where you're just like a learning machine, you know? So that's what I'm trying to get. Cause I guess like my long-term goal right now is to just be an expert at embedded systems. So I ideally I'd want to work on ECUs, electrical component. I don't even know, dude. The microcontroller that runs a car, basically. There's hundreds of them in a car, and they all communicate. It's like called IoT. But that's kind of what I would want to do. No, that's what I'm gonna do. It's like what I'm gonna it's what I'm putting my mind toward. So, but I'm still very early. I feel like an infant still when it comes to like programming and that stuff. Although I feel like I know so much more like than I did a year ago. Like so much more. So that's progress, right? And that's the only thing that matters, right? So I'm also excited to take like calculus. I find like the challenging stuff to be like intriguing. I think like in my own head, like I hold myself to like pretty high standards, right? And so I think that's why calculus and math and computers are so interesting to me, because they give my brain like a place to really get a deep like understanding. I like computers and math because there's a level of certainty to it all that obviously it's very hard to get there, but when you are there, I mean, you know how shit works, and it's all deterministic, right? So I think that's like my goal, right, is to just be an expert. So yeah, I'll keep up on that stuff. I mean, I got 3 more exams. I also have my first OOP exam on the 28th, which is in like 9 days, I think, or that's 11 days. Yeah, Yeah, it's been nice lately. I remember like a couple weeks ago, I was just like, I was asking like God or like whatever. Like, so I'm an atheist, right? Not an atheist, sorry. I'm agnostic. So I don't know. I think there definitely is. There's got to be some kind of like God, right? There has to be. There's some kind of like thing out there that all of this entropy, like, and matter and energy just comes from, right? Like, whether it's a human or some kind of a spirit or even just like, that's the thing, I guess, is like he or it is like incomprehensible, and that's kind of my opinion. But yeah, I was just like asking the universe, like, yo, you gotta like switch it up a little bit, because I was like stuck all winter studying. And what I noticed is, like, after high school, like, I didn't even have a big social circle in high school to begin with. So this past year or so after high school has been like very, very humbling and lonely, because I realized, like, damn, I'm really on my own and no one's coming to save me. And like, I have to like make my own schedule, make my own social circle. So yeah, I don't know, it's been quite lonely. But with that comes growth and self-discovery. So anyway, I was asking him, like, yo, you gotta like pick things up, right? Like, I'm losing my mind here. Like, something's gotta happen. And sure enough, I get a job and I get to go on this dope ass Zion trip, which is like, I mean, I don't know, about a week after I like asked. So I think it's kind of like, it's kind of odd. Like, he answered me, and I don't know like if that's a coincidence. Obviously it could be, but we also don't know if it's not. So yeah, I feel touched by that. But yeah, I hope to look back on this stuff, right, in the future, and just, I guess, know that I've grown, or that I'm in a better place. Because, I mean, you get one life, right? Like, today's the youngest you, me, will ever be. So that's why I'm making these videos, because time is precious, dude. And I think taking a video and capturing your mental state is priceless as well. Because you and everybody else will be able to look back at that moment in time where you were 19 and you had no idea what the fuck you were doing, and you were just figuring out your life. I mean, that's priceless, if you ask me. So I think that's, I mean, pretty much everything that I wanted to talk about. I didn't have a banana for this thing. This thing is kind of gross. Oh yeah, I was gonna smoke too, but didn't get to that in this. All right, guys, that's it for this life update. I look forward to the next one. Should be relatively soon. All right, peace.